Hey y'all, I'm Gregory, this is 1 in 20 D&D, and welcome to DnDaily number 30. You know, that kind of means I've been doing this for like a month. I guess I have a month worth of these DnDailies, more or less, assuming the average of 30 days for a month. So, hey everybody, what's happening? I have some fun stuff to talk about today. First, let's see. I want to quickly review a fantastic new show that is being produced by Geek Sundry, and they're putting up on Project Alpha first, and then it's going to Twitch. And as I have mentioned, I think it might be going to YouTube at some point because they've done some trailers and stuff on YouTube. So I'm kind of guessing that's their next. That's what they'll do next. I mean, that's what I would imagine. This is called Relics and Rarities, and it is Deborah Ann Wall as the DM. You may know Deborah Ann Wall from her guest appearance on Critical Role. She was also one of the main actors. Do we say actors now for ladies? I want to call her an actress. Is that wrong? I don't even know. But anyway, one of the main actors in the Daredevil show on Netflix. So she's a wonderful actress and a fantastic DM. Wow, she just told this incredible story, and maybe some editing helped. I don't know. I didn't watch it live, so I'm not sure. But what they put out on Twitch, because that's where I watched it, was really excellent. It was exciting and interesting, and just what a fun production. So I'm really looking forward to that game moving forward. She did it more almost like a murder mystery kind of game, which I thought was really fun and exciting and sort of spooky. It almost had this kind of like, not quite, but sort of a Halloween vibe, like ghosts and specters and spirits and this kind of thing. That's my take. That's just my personal feel from listening to it. And it was just super fun. And they have a neat format. I really like this. They have a primary cast of 4 players plus the DM. And each time they play, they're going to have, I guess, a guest player. Perhaps maybe more than one on occasion. I don't know. And I believe they're only doing like a quick 6-session run to see how it goes. That's my understanding and guess from listening to some of their talk before, during, and after the show. And anyway, go check it out. You can find it on Geek and Sundry Twitch if you're a subscriber, and I'm sure, again, if not, it'll come out on YouTube in no time. Another thing I want to talk about, because my buddies and I have been discussing it via email, is our total, excuse my language, our total clusterfuck in our most recent Battletech RPG game. We totally screwed up, and I'm not going to do too many spoilers because I'm about to release those sessions in as quick a fashion as possible. So I don't want to spoiler much if you intend to watch it. However, I do need to say that, man, we totally failed on our mission. Our mission was a bomb. So I will spoiler that, I guess. That's the way it went. But we didn't die, like we're not all dead or anything like that, but we did not complete our mission as we should have. And it's interesting because Battletech has a very unique structure in that the way we're playing it anyway, you have these structured like military sort of organization style of like, you have the battalion and anyway, you have your breakdown, you have your lances, you have your structure is what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to get out of my friggin' mouth. Sometimes words elude me. So anyway, you have the military structure of organization for the units. And then you have your individual mech. Like me as a player, I'm going to control in each game session an individual mech. And a mech is a big battle robot, basically, that my character is piloting. And so we didn't coordinate ourselves well at all because we didn't really pick our leader from the beginning. Now, by default, Alan, one of the players, he played the best in our Car Wars session overall, and so he got to start out as the highest ranking sort of officer in the group. He got a little bit of a perk. He started out with his own mech. He has a little bit better skills, and I mean marginally. We're talking like one more skill than the rest of us, one more skill point or whatever. However, he didn't really, in this session, he didn't really take over like the leadership role and like be like, okay, you go do this, you go do that. So it's going to be interesting to see how that role plays out because we're all individuals, we're all a bunch of dudes playing for fun, but at the same time, if this is supposed to be a military organization, mercenary organization, we sort of need a chain of command. So I hope and I think that if we kind of encourage Alan to sort of step up and say like, all right, what are we doing? You know, his character is Crazy Ivan. So all right, Ivan, Crazy Ivan, what are we doing this time? Yes, because we're all supposed to be Russians or something. Anyway, my character, I haven't used a Russian accent. I don't know if I will. I'm kind of feeling more like some kind of like Brooklyn dude, you know, like maybe he's got Russian heritage, but he never got the Russian accent or something. I don't know. So anyway, we screwed up big time. But here's the takeaway. Here is the takeaway. We have to learn from this, right? So, A, stick to the organization plan. B, trust your mech. Because we could take a lot more hits than I think we thought we could. And on the same token, on the other side of that, our mechs don't do quite as much damage quite as fast as we thought they maybe would. And that didn't really come out in the first two sessions, which is interesting. So, or first three sessions, whatever, the first couple sessions, the first bit of gameplay that where we were practicing essentially and learning the system, it didn't really come out that, I mean, as where we think we're going to do massive damage. If the dice don't work in your favor, for one thing, that's always the truth in any game you play, any tabletop game. But also, even if you do hit, because it sort of damage gets spread a little bit, you're not necessarily pinpoint with your weapons. You can't necessarily pinpoint. And where in a game like Dungeons and Dragons, you have a hit point total, like just a total amount of hit points. In Battletech, the mechs have different areas that they can get damaged. Their legs, three types of, their center torso, left and right torso, and then their arms and the head. So, and then you have back armor. So each area has armor and then internal structure and maybe weapons and components and stuff. And all of that has to get melted down, let's call it, or destroyed in order to disable a mech. So we totally outgunned our opposition, but they were faster than us, and that really made a difference in this case. So, So I'm still struggling with this like serious, silly like head cold. So forgive me. So we learned our lesson. I am definitely gonna take that lesson forward and see what happens. I really want to. I want our next session to be more coordinated. That's for me, that was my takeaway. Is like, we need to work together a whole lot better. Both our movements and our strikes, our shots with our weapons. We need to think more strategically. So that's it. So I had a little bit of a takeaway from that, and look forward to the next session. I'll get them edited out there and post it as quickly as possible so y'all can check out the action and see what that game is like, at least how we are playing it. And that's about all I have to say for today. I'm playing my game this afternoon, the tabletop game with my buddies at a table. I'm really excited about that. I stayed up way too late reading and doing a little bit of prep, really just to kind of familiarize myself of like what might happen next. Today, I want to sit back and let them role play because they're heading back to town after their first sort of victory. Let's call it. They're now going to be level 2. So I'm going to sit back and kind of let them take over, and just I'll obviously role play any of the NPCs they want to interact with, but I'm not going to push the story too much in this session. I'm going to try to see where things move. So that's my plan for today. Thank you for stopping in. I'm Gregory. I appreciate your time. Please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll see you at a table someday. Keep rolling 20s.